We'll learn about LTI systems, and especially we'll take an example of an input which is a wide sense stationary. First of all, we'll take note of the results. When we have an LTI system, its output is input convolved with the system response. So this is xt convolved with ht. Second result is the output mean. The output mean mu yt is input mean convolved with the system response. Third result is cross correlation, that is Rxy T1 T2 will be the convolution of input autocorrelation with the H star T2. And next our result is output autocorrelation, that is Ry T1 T2, which is the cross correlation convolved with the system response, that is Ht1. Now we'll look at the example this. We are given an LTI system with input xt and output yt. And xt is given to be a wide sense stationary process. Now what would yt be? We have to take out that. So first of all, we'll take out the conditions of this. Output mean. Now input mean mu xt is constant since xt is given to be wide sense stationary. Now we'll take out output mean. So output mean, as we know, is input mean convolved with the system response. So we'll just put it this here. So we have from minus infinity to infinity, it's mu x t minus tau h of tau d tau. Now since mu x t minus tau is constant, as x is given to be wide sense stationary, we have minus infinity to infinity, that is mu x h of tau d tau. This being constant will come out of the integral sign. So we have mu x minus infinity to infinity h of tau and d tau. This is also a constant when we do, so hence the total mu yt is constant multiplied by a constant, that is again a constant. So our output means mu yt is also mu y, which is again a constant. Second, now we'll take out output cross correlation, that is Rxy T1 T2. Now Rxy T1 T2, as we know from the, again this is the convolution of input autocorrelation with H star T2. So we'll again put that thing into this. So we'll get minus infinity to infinity Rxx. Now we have T1 minus T2 plus alpha H star of alpha d alpha. Now since our input, or this Rxx is input autocorrelation and xt is given to be wide sense stationary, so Rxx will depend on tau, which is T1 minus T2. So we'll put this as tau. And since it is given to be wide sense stationary, from there, since it is given T1 and T2, we just do it at T1 minus T2, since it is x is given to be wide sense stationary. Again here we get Rxy is minus infinity to infinity Rxx, T1 minus T2 plus alpha H star of alpha d alpha. Consider T1 minus T2 to be tau, so we again get this minus infinity to infinity Rxx tau plus alpha H star of alpha d alpha. This again is the convolution result, so our cross correlation is of tau is Rxx tau convolved with H star of minus tau. Now this is minus, since it convolved, actually it is Rxx tau minus alpha H star of alpha, so then it is tau. But since it is plus sign here, because when the convolution result is there, so convolution is actually xt minus tau h of tau. So here since it is minus, so it is only with tau, and here it is plus, so we have Rxx tau convolved with H star of minus tau, which gives our cross correlation. Now this, since this depends on tau and this also depends only on tau, and they do not depend on any T1 or T2, they depend only on tau, so hence this is wide sense stationary because it only depends on tau, which is T1 minus T2. Hence our xt and yt, that is input and output, are jointly wide sense stationary. Because for wide sense stationary, our output should be constant, our output mean should be constant, and our cross correlation should only depend depend on tau. So hence our xt and yt is jointly white sense stationary. Third thing we'll take out is our output autocorrelation, that is Ry T1 T2. Again, Ry T1 T2 is the convolution of Rx, from here we get that output autocorrelation Ry T1 T2 is Rxy T1 T2 convolved with Ht1. This result we'll use here in finding this. So Ry T1 T2 is actually minus infinity to infinity Rxy T1 minus beta minus T2, again h of beta d beta. Now we have used T1 minus T2 since again this is a white sense stationary process. Our xt is given to be white sense stationary, and so we use T1 minus T2. So again here T1 minus T2 is considered to be tau. So again we'll do here minus infinity to infinity Rxy, this is tau minus beta h of beta d beta. This is again a convolution result. So we have output autocorrelation, which is equal to cross correlation convolved with h of tau. This is again a result. And this again is only dependent on tau. We get to know that our yt is white sense stationary. Now we'll just, from here we get our xy tau. This last thing, our yy tau is equal to our xy tau. Our xy tau we found out it is rxx tau convolved with h star of minus tau. We just put this thing here in place of rxy tau. So this is our xx tau convolved with h star of minus tau. This is again convolved with this thing h of tau. Now this h star of minus tau convolved with h of tau is rho of tau. This is a system function, and this is actually an autocorrelation function which has all the properties of autocorrelation function, that it is non-negative definite. So hence we get that our output autocorrelation is equal to input autocorrelation convolved with rho of tau. This is the final result. Hence in this thing we found out when our xt is given to be a white sense stationary in an LTI system, we have to find our output is a white sense stationary or not. So hence when xt is given to be a white sense stationary, our output yt is also a white sense stationary. Since it has output mean that is a constant, our rxy, that is cross correlation, depends only on tau, hence xt and yt are jointly white sense stationary. Also our output autocorrelation ryy tau is also dependent only on tau, hence yt is white sense stationary process. That's all.